So this is your regular target that you're supposed to focus on, and it's supposed to go to 0. And if you shoot at wide open, there will be a point where, say, 15 is going to be in focus, that or starting to be out of focus, and then 16 out of focus, 17 more out of focus, 18 more out of focus. So you read up to where the number is supposed to go. Say 16 is still blurry, 15 is semi-blurry, 14 is what's kind of in focus, and you think that it's semi-sharp. Then you automatically go pop into 14 right over here. And if this is the same focus as 14, and 15 looks like 15 here, and 16 looks like 16 here, then you're perfectly fine. There are no adjustments needed. But let's say if you take a picture focusing on the target, 14 is in focus, and you go up here and see that number 7 or number 8 is what is in focus. 9 gets to be blurry, 10 is more blurry, 11 is really blurry, so is 12, so on. You have a front focusing issue. So meaning that the camera lens tends to focus what's in front more. Now, when you do this, in order to correct it, you have to use the plus setting. What the plus setting does on your camera is kind of moves back the whole entire plane a bit, so whatever is being focused in front, meaning it's called front focusing, it will now be pushed back. So the next time you take a picture, by maybe doing like increment of 1 or 2, you should see that 14 is now blurry, and then that 13, or perhaps maybe not even 12, is the one that's in focus, and 13 might start going blurry. So then you go over here and look at what is being in focus. Before you were at like 7 and 8 that was in focus. Now it should move up to 9 and 10. So basically what happened was, say, this is another chart I have, but say 14 went to 6 and 7. Sorry, 14 went to 6 and 7 over here. This length is what's in focus. But if I'm going to shift it to plus, it's shifting the focal plane this way. So what's going to happen is that this moved up from, now it's going to be in focus, it will be from 12 to 7, and that's not correct because it's not even. So I'm going to shift it even more to a plus. 10 and 9. Well, that's really close. You probably won't be able to figure out what 10 and 9 is going to be a difference of. So then, let me just do this so that way you don't get confused when you see different numbers. Now, the most... Okay, let's start this over again. 14 is in focused, and 9 is in focused. Anything that's not covered by this white thing is now blurry. So 15, 16, 17, 18 on the bottom is blurry. 10, 11, and 12 on top is clear. So this is a front focusing issue. You do plus, so what it will do is it will shift this plane kind of, but then this is by sensor, it will go up whatever increment you used to do. Now you want numbers to be the same in the front and focused on the back. So 12 is now in focus because it's right here, up to now up here is it's 10. Well, you don't want that because it's still a little bit off. So you would want to shift it up a tiny bit even more, and you want to go to like say 11 and 11. Perfect. This is now your focus. You've now fixed your focus issue because anything in the front at 11 will now be 12, 13, 14 here will now be blurred. You go up to 11 here, 12, 13, 14 will be blurred. This 11 looks like this 11 down here. You fix the problem. Now, if you did negative, that means the focusing is on the back. Say it will be on 16. But then the only issue is that only number 6 will be in focus. So you have a back focusing issue because it tends to focus in the back more. So what you need to do is shift it down. So you do the minus, and you want to see if now the lens goes in focus to 11 and 11 again. Now this 11 is just, it'll change with different lenses you shoot, because you might have 1.8 f4, 1.4, 1.8, 2.8, 5.6, whatever it might be. You always want to shoot the most wide open, and that's basically it. I would suggest using a tripod, obviously, and I even use external flash because I want to shoot at ISO 100, because you're going to be zooming into 100% cropped, and with more noise it's hard to see exactly what these resolutions, if they're in focus, you want more resolution so you can know if it's in focus or if it's just blurry because you have no megapixels. My friend told me to use to open up the mirror so that there's less shake. I didn't do that. It took me about 2 hours to do one lens when I first started. Your eyes will bug out on you, but I definitely would shoot tethered onto a computer and just look at it that way. And just remember not to do it with any other lenses you don't own, since it only recognizes the name of the lens and not particularly the serial number. So if you use my lens, it will be totally different than what's on your lens, and it might throw everything off again. But if you think that is an issue, you definitely want to check that out. Take a picture of the target right in the middle over here, and then look at the picture on the side and see if these numbers kind of go off, being blurred or bokeh'd, whatever you want to call it, at the same number, 6 on the bottom, 6 on top. If it is, just kind of move up and down. So this is basically plus if you need the focus to be here, and minus if you want the focus to be here. So obviously you don't want this to be in focus when you're going to the target. You would want right in the middle, so the distance from the middle in the back is the same as the distance in focus in the front. Hope this helps, and talk to you later.